So welcome back to the koi videos I'm doing. So basically I've just done a what did I do? Oh yeah, I did a little bit of a filter clean. So I just drained the vortex and I cleaned the brush bay out as well. Now I'm just about to treat with PP, potassium permanganate. Not done it before. I've read Andrew, I've read your book, and I also went to my local koi dealer, and they've given me advice of put the specified amount of potassium permanganate into a bucket of pond water, leave it for half an hour, which I've done, and I'd say probably more like 40 minutes, just so that it's properly all good to go. And then in what's the name of the guy? Well, anyways, in Andrew's book, the gentleman that wrote that book said to pour it over your return pipe, where there's the oxygenation, and mine actually currently coincides with the air stone just down there. So I've been pouring it into there. Now I've had a bit of trichodemia, I think that's how you say it, and fluke. So after looking at the book sent by Andrew, first kind of port of call for trichodemia would be PP treatment. So I've got it all measured out. It's all sitting down there. Got nice yellow rubber marigolds over there. So I'll be pouring it in just a minute. So potassium permanganate is now in the pond. It's still a little bit of a pinky colour. Over time that will go to like a slightly brown colour. You can see the water change instantly. I know with some treatments that I put in you can't really see the treatment or the colour change slightly in the treatment. I don't know if you can see there, it's got a little bit of a reddy pinky tinge down just over here in the water. So I can tell that the treatment's all good in the pond. The UV light has been turned off. Looks almost alien. It's like I've got a pond full of Akamatsubas in there now. And I'm sure that will then find its way into the filter system. Can't see anything in the filter system at the minute. I guess it'll take a bit of time for it to all go round. Big Red's basically disappeared. It's hard to see him in there now. As I say, UV's turned off. I'll leave that off for maybe 4 days maybe. And then for the rest of the day, I'll keep coming checking up here just to see how the fish are doing, make sure no one's gasping or anything like that. Now I guess with the PP treatment, because it's a little bit harsher than some of the other treatments out there, that I will probably see the fish being a little bit irritated, maybe flashing a little bit. But my guess to that, or my educated guess to that, would be that the parasites don't like the PP. So they'll be flicking a little bit, I'm sure, in the pond. So I'll keep an eye just in case anyone bumps themselves and whatnot. They're grouping together a bit, but I think that's purely because it's dark in the pond, or a little bit darker in the pond now. But no, everyone seems to be swimming alright everywhere. And I've got plenty of oxygenation in the pond, so I've got that big air disc over there. So you can see a few of the fish down here swimming around. So they seem to be alright. As I say, I'll come check probably every 20 minutes or so. I won't bother recording it because it will just be me looking into the pond. But I'm going to take a leaf out of Mr. Daly's book, and probably I'm sure many other koi keepers that have gone back to work, and I'm just going to record bits and pieces, and then hopefully when I've got enough content, then I'll bodge it all together and then hopefully send some videos out. I don't think there'll be a video going out this week, so today is the 31st, I believe. Yeah, 31st, I believe, of August. So yeah, I'm gonna see how the treatment goes. Nothing else has been done, no gravel, nothing. But I will be getting the decking boards just so I can get the frame on, make that a bit nicer. Yeah, I'll leave these guys for the minute. PP treatment's in now, so give it a few kind of days. I'll do a scrape as well. I'll probably film the scrape in a few days just to see whether or not I've still got any little parasite maniacs hanging around in the pond. But yeah, as I say, the fish seem to be all doing alright. No food. They had a little munch this morning because I knew that I wouldn't be feeding for a couple of days. They seem to be all good with that now. So yeah, I'll leave that in the treatment in there whilst we're actually doing a video, because work is taking over my life yet again. I want some ideas guys. What do I do with this? So obviously I've got the Cetus, all good condition. I've just left it out, hence a few little leaves and stuff. But how would you change my filtration? If not change, what would you adjust? So I've got my gate valve going to this. This pump will eventually, I say eventually, I always say this, it will be dry mounted, the pump. And I've got an Oazi 12,000 litre per hour Eco Premium pump that Hugh very kindly gave me. So that will be hopefully down here somewhere. Electrics are getting sorted, just waiting for my electrician. He's on holiday at the minute. He lives next door, so that's no worries. But yeah, it's a case of this system works fine for me. I'm young. I don't mind coming out here, draining the filters, cleaning them out. You know, I don't mind doing that at the minute. Eventually, I'd like to, you know, get to a stage where I'm not cleaning every so often, and it can just be a self-sustaining system. But I don't know whether, for now, my one thought was gravity feed the sieve, pump feed from the sieve to the forebay, and have gravity return. Oh, camera's going a bit funny. Gravity return into the pond. Now it seems like a lot of different things for that pump to be pulling through water, but that's the way I was thinking. So I was thinking this to a sieve, gravity fed, then from the sieve, this will then go down here somewhere, a little bit higher, and it will be pump fed, and it will be gravity returned to the pond. Or sell this, keep this system in place, obviously maybe do a few adjustments inside the bays, but instead of the return being like that, have a shower. So sell this, buy a shower. What are people's thoughts? I need to know, because I'm one of these people that will be I'm gonna know for ages and ages and ages without actually knowing or getting anywhere, to be honest. So whatever people think I should do, really helpful, some ideas for filtration wise, or even just sell everything. And if there's something out there or someone's selling something second hand, then let me know, because I would like to get the filtration just done. And I'm not sure, you know, these CL2 or these Cloverleaf filters, they're all good, very good. They collect loads of crap and stuff in them, so I've got no problems with it. But if there's something better out there that people think that I can get some money from that, and you know, buy something that the filtration is a lot kind of easier, maybe maintenance wise, that sort of stuff, just let me down, drop me a thing in the comments. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. So I'll be coming out checking on these guys. I will probably have my very kind mum to come and check these whilst I'm at work. I start at 5 o'clock today. So you can see down here, okay, you can't see it very well, but it's nowhere near really as pinky purple. It's kind of gone, if any of you have seen an estuarine, or like an Amazonian fish tank, when you get the tannins, the wood tannins in the water, looks a bit like that in a minute. So yeah, but you can see there's plenty and plenty of aeration in there at the moment, and it is a large pond. So I think, you know, we should be safe. You know, touch wood, touch wood. That will be okay. And I'll say I'll probably have my mum come and check for anything that goes hopefully right with the pond. She'll just come up here, look at it, and text me and go, yeah, fish are fine. What I really needed to do is come up here, sit here for about 20 minutes, just watch the fish, see how they're doing. I saw a little bit of flicking. I was meant to do this PP treatment a few days earlier, but work just got in the way. And I don't know if you hear my voice. You know, I work pretty late hours. I work in a bar. So yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions on filtration, that'd be great. As I say, I'll be popping back to this video in a minute. But for today's little clip, I'm just going to sign off here. And I'll catch you in a bit. Well, welcome back to my little koi diary thing going on. The last clip was me putting in the PP treatment. Now there seems to be quite a bit of algae and little bits of fines floating around in the water. So the water's looking a little bit green. I don't know if that's because of the PP treatment that I put in. For those of you not sure what PP is, potassium permanganate. Now I had problems with trichodynia and skin flukes. So I'm going to get a few fish out today, not to do scrapes. I'm just going to get a few fish out to treat some small ulcers and wounds, and then hopefully get this pond cleared up. I also have some improvements. We have decking. For so long in so many of the previous videos I've been saying, yeah, I'm going to get decking, I'm going to get decking, I'm going to get decking. Finally, went B&Q yesterday, got myself some decking. So this is going to go like this, all around the pond. I think I had a little bit of a leak last night, which is why the pond level is a little bit lower. I'd say maybe 10 centimetres. So I'll get that filled up. Obviously the filter's not been working because the pump's just been trying to pump from that last bed of clover leaf. So I'll get that pond filled up today. The air has been on, I've just turned it off for the video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little time lapse, going to try and bowl up a few of the fish that are injured, and then hopefully do a little video of how I'm going to be treating them. So yeah, alright, I'll catch up with you in a bit. So these are the 3 koi that I'm going to be treating today. So you've got this shower down here, not too sure of that koi just over here, and we've got a kahaku here. These 2 here from Hugh, so he's already said that they had the sores on them. Now I'm just doing a retreatment. So they're a little bit nastier than before. I reckon that's down to the PP where the parasites, so that would be the trichodynia and the skin flukes, were irritating the koi, so they've been rubbing themselves. Now this kahaku's just got a little bit of a tail split on the base of his tail just down there. So I'll get them out, we'll put some tamidine on that, and we'll do another treatment in a couple of days time to just keep that up. So we'll go treat the koi now. So whilst we've got the koi in the bowl, I thought it'd be a good idea to show you what I use when I'm treating the koi. Obviously you saw a little bit when I was doing it at Hugh. Anything that I do in the video, just take it with a pinch of salt. I'm new to doing this, so there might be some experts out there or people with more experience that can tell me I'm doing wrong. But for now I've done this myself before and it's worked, no worries at all. So we've got Kasuri Koi Sedate. So this is quite good. It's generally quite quick in how it works. So usually I'll do a couple of capfuls of this. Then I use a dry cloth. Once the koi is sedated, put it on the wet towel. Just dry off the wound area or infected area. And that leaves a nice dry surface to apply some tamidine. So this is just kind of an antibacterial kind of wound cleanser sort of thing. And then to make sure that the tamidine stays on, use some Procure Propolis, like an underwater plaster as we mentioned with the video with Hugh. So we'll go ahead, we'll switch the air pump back on so the air stone's all good. So when the koi needs to come around from being sedated, I put them kind of just over the air stone and that keeps them going. So no further ado, we'll get on and treat these koi. So now I'm just going to put in a couple of capfuls. I'll put in one for now, and then I usually just see how the koi react to it. So I put that all around like this. Then you should just swirl it around a little bit like this. Sometimes if there's more than one koi in the bowl, takes maybe I'd say 2 drops for them to go over. But you can see, like here on the kahaku, it's taking the oxygen out, which is why you need to keep the air stone on in the pond, or an aerated area where you can then put your koi in. So we'll just see what happens here. You'll see this slightly slowing down. This one's about to go. I'll probably put in a little bit longer. You can see they're starting to go over. I'll probably put another half cap full in now, and probably less than that. So now it's just a case, you can see that I believe maybe it's a Goromo, this one here, these two are starting to go over. And I would say, whenever you're doing this, always keep an eye on your koi. Never put the sedate in and leave it and come back in 5-10 minutes. Like I said, any of my advice, just take it with a pinch of salt, because I'm learning myself. These sores have got a little bit more algae on, but they're whitening up. There's a few red sores on the side, so where I'm guessing they've been flicking in the pond with a PP treatment. But this kahaku's tail seems to be doing okay. We'll have a full look in a minute. There we go, they're slowly going over. What you want to do is just see the tail still going a little bit there. So what we want is them to be nice and smooth, because this kahaku, for instance, yeah, it's still got a little bit more fight in him. So give it a few more minutes. As I say, just keep watching the koi. See, that one's going over there now. A little bit more time. Just take your time with this, never rush. This one's a little bit. This one's almost ready. So I'm just switch the camera around so we can get ready to treat the koi. So as you can see, the koi is there. I'll cover over there, and I usually cover the tail because these are 2 areas that like to flick. Now with the damp cloth here, or the dry cloth rather, just dry the area where there's some infections. So just keep that nice and dry. Now we'll get the tambourine, put the tambourine over there like that, and a little bit of tambourine down here. Now I must say to anyone doing this for the first time, if your fish does flick, as long as you've got the towel, you've got nothing to worry about. So now we just spray on the propolis like so. You can see he's coming around a little bit now. What you want to do is just wait a little bit for that to go white. And then we're going to go release him back into the pond. Now we're going to get the other koi. So if I do this way, then you can see the wound. So you can see the fish is still breathing there, still alive. So this is why I say, when you're new to doing this, don't worry. Everyone's got to learn somewhere. What I'm doing is just drying off the area down here. I would say, if anyone's got any better suggestions in terms of treating koi, please do let me know in the comment. This is just what Hugh showed me. It looks like a little bit of fin rot there maybe, so I'll get some fin rot treatment. But it's mainly the ulcers that I want to treat. Be careful not to get this on the gills. So this I'm going to put over that wide area there. And then again, with the propolis. You'll smell the sort of beeswax sort of smell, and that's all basically what propolis is. As I say, just keep those gills nice and covered. And this acts as like an underwater plaster. So I can feel the gills moving. And you wait for this propolis to go a slightly white colour, and then we'll take him to the pond. As I say, a little bit of flapping's no worries. There's a little bit of a sore this side, so I'm just going to quickly, again, same there, some Sedating, and propolis. Just let it settle for a little bit. And now we'll take him to the pond. Oh, it's okay. As I say, don't worry if they flap. And then the last fish is the kahaku that we'll do now. I'm just going to make sure I've got the right side for him. So this is on the tail end. It looks like some split fins. Now I might have to clip some of these quills at the end, but I'd rather read on that before I go ahead. Down to that parasite issue that I had. Now I'm being really open with you guys here. There's no point hiding because then I'm not helping anyone, including myself. So again, the bolus on there like that. So always keep an eye. Yeah, I can see the gills moving away. Just give it a few seconds for the propolis to dry. And then I will just do the other side. Sedating. Now, like I say guys, take everything that I'm doing with a pinch of salt. This is just what I've been shown. And the koi seems to always recover from it. As I say, I'll look into clipping here because it looks like a fairly aggressive fin rot at the minute, and I don't want that to spread. With this Sedating and the propolis, that will seal that in. So I'll go place this one back in the pond. So like I say, if there's anything wrong that I'm doing there, please just drop me a comment down below. I've been trying to be very gentle and slow with everything. And I think it'd be good for newcomers to see what it's like for koi to recover from sedation, because that can often be the scariest moment. I remember when I did it first on my own, and I was a little bit worried that, oh god, I've sedated too much. But just so you can see, this is what your koi will look like. So I've just got them in this small net here, just to keep them a little bit more upright. Now it'll take a little bit of time to recover. It's like when a person comes around from surgery. See, this is the first one I put in. And see, the tail is going. So this one I'll put inside. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Right. So you can see that one. It's over there. No worries. The kahaku was the last one to be put in. So you can see she's a little bit more lethargic, but you can still see the gills here and the mouth moved in. It's probably easy to see from the mouth. You can see there. So I like to keep them just in the smaller net for now, just once I've done the treatment, just to ensure that they are okay and that they recover. This is what the propolis will look like. Hopefully you can see that. It's a little bit kind of greeny tinge. So a few more doses of that. It's like every wound for a human, you know. Just keep an eye on them. see how they do. I never rush the fish. I always like to just stay with the fish for as long as possible, just to keep an eye on it. I might move the tail a little bit, just like this, just so that I can see, because they've got to have a little bit of movement in order to wake up fully. So this one, yeah, there you go, see, a little bit of a kick and you know they're almost ready. So this one, go in again, so you can see that one is done. And like I say, I think it's very useful for new koi keepers to see how, you know, not how you, maybe the step-by-step guide, but at least give you some idea of what it's like to treat a koi and not to be too worried. You know, one of the fish flipped, but I had the wet towel, so it's no problem. And when it comes to recovery like this, you can see that your koi will lay on its side, but that's just from where it's been sedated. And you can see I've got that very powerful air stone just next door. Because she's a slightly larger fish, she might take a little bit longer to recover, but I'll stay with her. Try to keep her up, but under the water. But as long as, the good thing is, if you see the mouth is moving, so this is a good sign. And sometimes gently putting it a little bit nearer the oxygen. Like I say, us koi keepers, we care a lot for our fish, so just spending some time to making sure they fully recover. So you can see, look, if I remove my hand, she's still a little bit buoyant. She wants to come up, but she's moving. And that might not be that easy to see in the camera because I don't have the polarizer on today. But as you can see, there was those 3 spines down there, which I might have to cut. I'll consult Mr. Daly's book, but it was not helpful that the filter cut out. This is what I came to this morning, so I'll have to be filling up again. I think I had a little leak, so I'll do that. What I'll do now is I'll just hold her in the flow. Not too much, just on the outskirts. And I'll see that she wants her. The mouth is moving a lot more rapidly now, now that she's in the flow of the oxygen. If I let her go there, see, she's still a little bit tipsy, as we might say. So I'll just keep hold of her a little bit longer, because it's good to let the koi have a little bit of freedom. There you go, so she's holding her own in the flow. Like I say, a little bit buoyant, but she's come around. It's just like when any person from the hospital wakes up, they're a little bit lethargic. So like I say, you know, hopefully this has given some new koi keepers, you know, takes a little bit of that fear away when you're doing treatments. And also, like I say, I'm new, and I'm going to put all my mistakes or all my problems up there for you guys to see. So that you know that if you are struggling at home with something like this and you think, oh God, I just can't get this right, and then there's other people out there that are struggling too. So what I'll do, because that's all of the koi now treated, so you can see, have my bowl, had all my stuff, my wet towel, dry cloth, and I just had this little net, well, I say little, big enough for the 3 to stand up, sit up straight, just so that I can keep an eye on them, because I don't want to just put them straight in the pond just in case. So you can see the kahaku down there swimming around now, so she's doing all good, and and there's the other two just down here. So just a little guide. I don't know why there's so many finds in the pond, so I'm just going to pull the net out because I'm going to try and put the decking on. So we'll see how that goes. Catch you in a bit. Okay, well that didn't quite go to plan. As you can see, my screws are not long enough. They've already only just touching through the sides of the sleeper. So, okay, at least I got the timber. So we've got the decking balls, we just don't have the screws. So hopefully in the next video, because I'll probably upload this one tonight, so that will be Tuesday. No, Wednesday today. I'll probably upload that one today at some point. Got a few more bits and bobs to go over with you, but at least you can see I'm slowly getting my jobs done. Mr. Daly, take note. No, I'm only joking. But yeah, I need to get some new screws, longer ones from B&Q. So let me just take this off of here. So as you can see, the pond looks absolutely filthy at the minute. Now I'm going to put that down to my filtration not working and turning off last night. Koi seems to be doing alright. Obviously not the best thing to have a disgusting, messy, soupy looking pond with lots of bits in it. You can see, I don't know if you can see down here, so many little bits floating around in there. You can barely see the koi. So this brings me to my next subject. Do I or do I not sell the sieve? Now I know I've messaged a few of you personally to ask your opinions, but I'm not sure. So this is the sieve in question. Seater sieve, you know where they are, all bellows and everything, all working fine. I just don't know whether to sell it. Because, you know, apart from when this thing cuts out, which is the first time it's ever done, that's just due to water level being gravity fed. That going to that, pump through the UV, back to the pond, seems to be working fine for me. You know, apart from when it does cut out, which was the one time, hopefully one time only, touch wood. But I don't know if I've really got a use for this sieve, or how I would plumb it in, really. I toyed with the idea of gravity feeding the sieve to take out all the crap, and then from down here pumping it to the Cl2 filter and have the Cl2 kind of over there, gravity feeding back to the pond. But yeah, I have no idea. So if either anyone can drop me a suggestion, super simple because I'm super thick, about how I can put this filtration stuff in, drop it down below, because it's a great bit of kit. I don't really want to go to waste. So if I don't really end up using it, then it will be for sale. So if any of you are interested, my idea is hopefully to sell this, if I can't put it into that, to purchase a shower, backy shower. Now I know, yeah, I can make one and all of this, but to be fair, I've spent a lot of money, you know, well, for my age I guess, on a koi pond. So if I'm going to spend more money, I'd rather have something nice and proper. So yeah, ideas, or it's going for sale. If you are interested in buying this, drop me a link or message below, and I'll somehow try and get hold of you. I'm based down in Surrey. Give it to me, I've never used it. So got that, just so you can see underneath. Yeah, so works absolutely fine. Like I say, I am slightly toying with the idea of gravity feeding this via the boot under here, gravity feeding this, and then having the sieve somewhere over here, and then this will sit here and then be gravity fed back to the pond. But let me know, guys, know what your thoughts are, because I don't really know. So we'll leave it there. I'm going to try and get this bloody filter starting up again before I go to work, because that'd be a pain. So yeah, recap, how to treat a koi. Don't be scared. Also, take my advice with a pinch of salt, because other people might do it differently. 4, I think that's 4. I've got the wood, just need the screws. And 5, what do I do with the sieve? Like I say, if I can't think of an idea of how to use it in my filtration, my idea was going to be gravity feed that, then pump it to the CO2, gravity fed back to the pond. If I don't end up using it, it will be going for sale, as I say, so if someone can drop me a comment down below if you're interested. It will be going towards a new shower. Not for me, I know I smell beautiful all the time, but now a pond shower. As you can see, the pond is looking horrible, absolutely horrible at the minute. As you can see down there, you can see, oh, look at that, look at that, absolutely filthy. So in a sense, a sieve would be pretty good on there, but it's just whether it would work out logistically, going from the sieve, then pump feed the cloverleaf CO2. I've got a 20,000 litre pump, so pumping it's not too bad, and hopefully get a lot of circulation. But then that would mean I had cut out the shower. So the shower's only there if that goes, basically, because it would be pumped from the sieve into the 4-bay filter, back into the pond, gravity fed. So like I say, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you on the next one. No caught underwater footage this week because you can't see anything, because it's just full of little bits of crap. Like I say, I'm hoping that's down to the filter not kicking in and being crap. Pond's at 66 degrees Fahrenheit. I dropped it in the water, so I've no idea what it is in Celsius, but I'm sure some of you rain boxes up there will know. So we'll catch you on the next one, and hopefully the pond will be a little bit cleaner. I'll have my screws, we'll find a way to do the filtration. Yeah, like I say, just a disclaimer, me treating the koi, that's just my experience of someone else treating and showing me. If you are an expert and you think I'm doing something wrong, then please let me know. Also, I will be looking into fin clipping, that sort of thing, in Andrew Daly's book. Not his book, but the one he sent me, for some tips and guidance. As far as the other fish are going, they all seem to be doing great. Now, I knew about them 3 koi anyways, and I think it's down to the PP where they've gone a little bit, you know, flash crazy over the weekend maybe. You can see the chag over in the corner looking for some food. But yeah, right, we'll catch up with you on the next one. That's enough of me babbling on. Right, see you later.